Hello, everyone, and welcome out to Orange County Great Park Stadium in Irvine, California, for today's matchup featuring your Orange County Riptide and the Conejo Oaks. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for today's matchup in the CCL. We are wrapping up a two-game series between the Tide and the Oaks. The Riptide took last night's matchup. They have a series lead of 1-0. On the mound today for Orange County, the left-hander, Devin Sartorius, otherwise known as DJ. Sartorius on the season for the Riptide has thrown 11 and a third innings while posting an ERA of 3.18. He's a local guy out of Biola University. He will be a fifth-year senior next year. And we'll take a look at the Conejo Oaks lineup. Justin Ammons leading things off, hitting second, Raul Sandoval. Hitting third, Nico Lima. Hitting cleanup, Jacob Castro. Hitting fifth, Tyler Odekirk. Hitting sixth, Steele Ledford. Hitting seventh, Ramon Gomez. Hitting eighth, Daniel Krasnick. And hitting ninth, Gabe Baldovino. I took a delay there because there is a spider on my microphone, so we're gonna go ahead and situate this. It's a tiny little guy, pardon me, but quite frankly, I've never been too fond of spiders. Let's see. I'm gonna mute the mic real quickly. All right. Well, the spider is gone, and as Ryan, our statistician, just said, let's play some ball. Ammons digs in. The left-hander delivers a pitch. Fastball on the outer half, caught a strike, and we start things off here in Irvine, California. No balls and one strike. Justin Ammons out of Tennessee. Takes the second pitch on the outer half, called a strike. It's 0-2. Of course, DJ Sartorius is a very popular figure here in Irvine, California, in particular down the third base line. He's got a group of kids rallying behind him. I think Ryan Ferron, our stats guy, told me that he coaches a 10U team, right, Ryan? Yeah, so a lot of the kids down the line should be some of his players for sure. It's no balls and two strikes. Ammons. Raul Sandoval awaits on deck. The left-hander delivers the 0-2 pitch on the outer half, taken for a ball. It's 1-2. We'll take a look at the defensive lineup for your Orange County Riptide. In left field, Joshua Solomon. In center field, Connor Obi. In right field, Dylan Rock. As the 1-2 pitch is in the dirt and outside. At third base, Blake Evans. At shortstop, Carson Matthews. At second base, Blake Fadol. At first base, Daniel Jung. Behind the plate, Connor Aoki. And on the mound, DJ Sartorius. Devin Setz delivers the 2-2. In the dirt, so a nice job here by Justin Ammons, working the count from no balls and two strikes to a full count of 3-2. Ammons delivers the pitch. That's slapped foul down the left field line. Three balls and two strikes, no man down. The left-hander delivers the pitch. Chopper towards the right side. Glove by Daniel Jung. He'll flip on over to Sartorius, covering the bag. One away.
Now batting, number 4, Raul Sandoval.
Raul Sandoval digs into the box, hitting .250 on the season for the Oaks. Nico Lima waits on deck. Slight breeze blowing out towards right field. There's a pizza party down the third base line. DJ Sartorius, his kids are enjoying a slice of pizza, and sure enough, look at the smiles on their faces. Well, it's either a smile or a tomato sauce, but I'll tell you what, they're definitely enjoying their time here, and they hope for a great outing by the left-hander on the mound for the Riptide. No balls and 1 strike. DJ delivers, pitcher swung on and missed. It's now 0-2. Nico Lima once again awaits on deck. Jacob Castro in the hole. Just getting started, top half of the first inning. No score. 1 away. Justin Ammons opened up the ballgame with a ground out towards first base. Here's the 0-2. At the chest. Looked good from here, but not according to the home plate umpire. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coming into the matchup, the Orange County Riptide are second in the CCL with a league record of 6-4. The Conejo Oaks are all the way at the bottom with a 3-6 league record. Pitch is on the inner half. The home plate umpire pulls the trigger for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki.
Now batting, number 13, Nico Lima.
That gives an opportunity for Nico Lima. Lima's playing his 11th game of the season. He is third on the team in batting average with a .357 number. The catcher Jacob Castro waits on deck. Flied out towards center field. Connor Roby shifts towards his left. He makes the play at the track, and the inning is over. To the bottom of the first we go. No score from Irvine, California.
No runs.
Carson Matthew leads things off here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Riptide. Jacob Flores, the left-hander, on the mound today for the Elks. He's out of San Diego State University. He's 6'4", 210 pounds, out of Oxnard, California. Also attended Rio Mesa High School. There's a ground ball foul towards the left side. For the Aztecs in 2019, he posted a 3.75 ERA, a win-loss record of 2-2. The 1-1 pitch to Matthews, way outside for a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now. We'll take a look at the lineup here for your Orange County Riptide. Leading the way and at the plate, Carson Matthews. Hitting second, Dylan Rock. Hitting third, Connor Obi. Hitting cleanup the catcher, Connor Aoki. Hitting fifth, Joshua Solomon. Hitting sixth, Antonio Cruz. Hitting seventh, Daniel Jung. Hitting eighth, as that ball's hit right back up the middle, but a nice stop by the second baseman, Baldovino.
Now batting from UT San Antonio, number 22, Dylan Rock.
Hitting eighth for the Riptide, Blake Fadol. And hitting ninth. Blake Evans. All right, all is good. The lineups are set. All the names are written down. Once again, I apologize. My writing is not the neatest, so sometimes I have trouble reading my own handwriting. So that kind of goes ahead and integrates a delay here in the broadcast. We'll take a look at the Conejo Oaks defensively. As that is hit out towards right field for the second out of the inning.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Obi.
In left field, Raul Sandoval. In center field, Steele Ledford. In right field, number 1, Justin Ammons. At third base, Ramon Gomez. At shortstop, Tyler Odekirk. At second base, Gabe Baldovino. At first base, Nico Lima. Behind the plate,
Now batting from Binghamton, number 19, Connor Aoki.
Jacob Castro. And on the mound, of course, Jacob Flores. So Connor Obi reached the board safely on an infield single as Connor Aoki digs in now. Pitch is on the inner half for a strike. It's even at 1. Joshua Solomon awaits on deck. No score. Bottom half of the first inning. Throw back over towards first, not in time. There goes the runner. Throw down towards second base. Not in time. Stolen base for Connor Obi. The 1-1 pitch is tipped into the catcher's mitt. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Flores looks down the barrel to get a sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runs inside, scoots him off the plate. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Solomon awaits on deck. Antonio Cruz in the hole. Connor Roby leads off of second base. Here's the 2-2 off the end of the bat towards the right side and out of play. Obi reached on an infield single. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 men down. Flores takes a peek towards second, settles back in. Hit out towards left center field. The center fielder is there, and the inning is over. Riptide stranded a runner at second base as we head to the top half of the second. No score from Irvine, California. Jacob Castro leads things off for the Elks here in the top half of the second inning. DJ Sartorius delivers the first pitch on the inner half for a strike. It's 0-1. It'll be Jacob Castro, Tyler Odekirk, and Steele Ledford. This half inning. Backhanded stop by the shortstop, Carson Matthews. Long throw. Dug out nicely out of the dirt by Daniel Jung. Way to go, 6-3.
Now batting number 14, Tyler Odekirk.
Tyler Odekirk steps into the box now. Very nice play by Carson Matthews. Good range, good arm strength. And also a good play at first base by Daniel Jung to top off the play. Already some action in the bullpen for the Oaks. That's Kyle Nicole. 1 ball and no strikes to Tyler Odekirk. DJ Sartorius delivers the pitch on the outer half. It's called a strike to even up the count at 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 man down. No score, top half of the second inning. Game 2 of a 2-game series between the Oaks and the Riptide. Here's a 1-1. It's called a strike. Now it's 1-2. The Riptide defeated the Conejo Oaks yesterday in the afternoon game. 4-2 was the final score. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back towards the backstop. Devin gets the sign, delivers the 1-2 pitch. Runs inside, swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki. Second K of the ball game for the young man from Biola University.
Now batting number 3, Steele Ledford.
That'll bring up Steele Ledford for the Oaks. A better sized crowd on hand for today's matchup. A lot of the fans, of course, children that are here to cheer on DJ. Outside fastball taken for a strike 0-1. Much more chatter in the stands in comparison to the chatter there was yesterday. Well, of course, yesterday's ball game was at 12 p.m. on a Tuesday. Therefore, there must have been something going on. Pitch is fouled away. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes. 2 men down in the inning. Castro opened up with a ground ball towards short. Tyler Odekirk struck out swinging. Sartorius has yet to give up a base runner. Here's the 0-2. Hit right back to him. And he'll so gracefully leave it on the mound for his counterpart, Flores. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. No score.
Back in the top of the second. No.
Hit out towards the right side. Gabe Baldovino's waved off by his right fielder, 1 away.
from Rice University, number 1, Antonio Cruz.
From Rice University, Antonio Cruz steps into the box for the Riptide. Daniel Jung awaits on deck in the hole. Blake Fadul. Pitch is fouled back towards the netting. No balls and 1 strike. Only 1 hit in the ballgame total. That was an infield single off the bat of Connor Obi. The left-hander delivers a nice-looking pitch. Good movement. It's in there for a strike, 0-2. Flores gets the sign. The left-hander delivers. Fouled back once again. Jacob Flores out of San Diego State University. He's a 6'4" sophomore. 0-2 pitch slider on the inner half. Taking a look at for strike 3. First strike out of the ball game for Flores on the mound.
Number 11, Daniel Jung.
And that'll give an opportunity to Daniel Jung. Jung out of Notre Dame. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. It's on the outer half. It just misses the block for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 men down in the inning. Joshua Solomon opened things up by flying out towards right field. The last batter, Antonio Cruz, struck out. The 1-1 pitch. Outside in the low and dirt. Two and 1 to Daniel Jung. On a platter for a strike, it evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. .6:30 p.m. start time for today's matchup between the Riptide and the Oaks. That's ripped out towards right center field. Going back to the center fielder, he'll have to play this one off the wall. On his way towards second with the stand-up double, Daniel Jung.
Now batting from Santa Clara University, number 6, Blake Fadul.
Number 9 today.
Blake Fadul digs into the box, has a runner aboard at second base in scoring position. He takes the first pitch on the outer half for a ball. It's 1-0. Here comes the pitch off the end of the bat towards the right side and out of play. The left-hander delivers a 1-1. Breaking ball that stays high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now. Two balls and one strike. Flores gets to sign. Jacob Castro behind the plate for the Elks. Chopper towards the left side. The third baseman, Ramon Gomez, is there. Long throw across the diamond. The play is made, and the inning is over. We head to the top half of the third inning. In back-to-back innings, the Riptide stranded a runner in scoring position. No score. Ramon Gomez out of Oxnard Community College steps in to open things up here in the top half of the third inning. In 35 games played during the 2019 season, Gomez posted a .303 batting average with 4 home runs and 22 RBIs that included 2 stolen bases. Pitch is swung on and missed. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Daniel Krasnick awaits on deck. Gabe Baldovino in the hole. If anyone gets on, Justin Amons. Here's the 0-2. On the outer half, drives the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Devin Sartorius, a left-handed pitcher, 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. A history major at Biola University. He's out of Capistrano Valley Christian High School, as the 1-2 pitch is fouled towards the right side. Prior to Biola, he attended Saddleback College. Sartorius is out of Dana Point, California. A ball and 2 strikes. He looks down the rail to get the sign. He delivers to Connor Aoki behind the plate. Home plate umpire pulls the trigger for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki. That is now 3 strikeouts on the evening for Devin Sartorius.
Number 36, Daniel Krasnick.
Daniel Krasnick, the designated hitter, steps into the box. Takes a fastball that brushes him off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Sartorius. That swung on and missed. It evens up the count at 1. Krasnick is committed to Hawaii University. He's out of Los Angeles, California. Gabe Baldovino waits on deck. 1-1 strike. The left-hander delivers a pitch off the end of the bat towards the right side, past the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Blake Fadol. 1-out single off the bat of Krasnick.
Now batting number 8, Gabe Baldovino.
With 1 man on and 1 man down, Gabe Baldovino steps into the box. Played at Ventura College during the 2019 season. 5'10", 165 pounds, out of Camarillo, California. Attended Camarillo High School. Posted a .329 batting average with 1 home run and 23 RBIs for the Pirates. Justin Ammons awaits on deck. No balls and 1 strike, 1 man down. Daniel Krasnick leads off of first base. He reached on a single towards right field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. An excuse me swing there, swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes now the count. So initially we saw Kyle Nicole warming up in the bullpen for the Elks, but according to our statistician, he just joined the team today, so perhaps that was more so a bullpen session than an actual warm-up effort to bring him into the ballgame. Here's the 0-2 pitch, runs inside. Connor Aoki blocks it, keeps it in front of him, prevents the runner from advancing from first base. One ball and 2 strikes. Baldovino out of Camarillo, California. DJ on the mound delivers the 1-2 off the end of the bat towards the right side and out of play. Baldovino hitting .310 on the season for the Oaks, including 6 RBIs. He is tied for the team lead in RBIs with 6, along with Ryan Yamashiro. One ball and 2 strikes, 1 away. The left-hander out of Biola University delivers a pitch that's fouled towards the right side, off the netting and into the hands of the hitter in the on-deck circle, Justin Ammons. Ammons so nicely rolls the ball over to our bat boy Ryder. A ball and 2 strikes. The left-hander takes a peek towards first. He delivers the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Taylor made for 2. To second for 1. On to first. 6-4-3. Double play. To the bottom of the 3rd. No score from Irvine, California. Blake Evans leads things off here in the bottom half of the third inning for your Orange County Riptide. He'll be followed by the top of the lineup in Carson Matthews. And in the hole, Dylan Rock. If anyone gets on, Connor Obi. In other news, it looks like the former Santa Barbara superfan is out here in Irvine today in support of, I believe, the OC Riptide. So, always a warm welcome to the superfan. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slapped foul towards the left side and out of play. Well, that superfan just loves being around the game of baseball, I reckon. I wonder what other sports he's passionate about as well. As the 0-2 pitch runs inside at the hands of Blake Evans, swung on and missed for strike 3.
Now batting from BYU, number 5, Carson Matthews.
Carson Matthews steps into the box. He popped up towards second base his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Matthews is out of BYU and San Clemente, California. The 1-0 pitch to him is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Matthews came into the ballgame hitting .277. The 2-0 is way outside for a ball, 3-0. Dylan Rock awaits on deck, Connor Obi in the hole. No score, we're in the bottom half of the third inning. Game 2 of a 2-game series between the Riptide and the Oaks. The Riptide won last game's matchup, 4-2 was the final score. 3 balls and 1 strike now the count to Carson Matthews. Out of San Clemente, California, Jacob Flores out of Oxnard delivers a pitch. Poked out towards the right side. Gabe Baldovino shifts towards his left. He'll make the play, 2 men down. That'll bring up Dylan Rock, who flew out towards right field his first time up. He leads the team in batting average. He came into the ballgame with a .400 number. Again, there are 2 people tied for the team lead in home runs. Connor Aoki and Caleb Denny. Each of them have 2 apiece. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Caleb Denny getting the day off today. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a pitch. Comes back to hit Dylan Rock on the legs. He's awarded first base, but at a price.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Obi.
That'll give an opportunity to Connor Obi out of UT Arlington. He's 5'11", 195 pounds. From Falmouth, Maine. Off the end of the bat towards the right side, but out of play. He also attended Falmouth High School. Rock aboard at first base. He was hit by the pitch. Connor Aoki awaits on deck. No score, bottom half of the third inning. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the Orange County Riptide. Our last game of the season here at home. They have the runner picked off. Throw goes down towards second, and it looks like Dylan Rock snuck underneath the tag. So score that one as a stolen base. And there you hear him. The superfan is alive and well, chanting Dylan Rock, Dylan Rock, Dylan Rock. He told Dylan Rock to put some sugar on it, as the count is now at no balls and 2 strikes. The second inning, or more so the third inning in a row that the Riptide have a runner in scoring position. They have nothing to show for it yet, and they'll continue to do so. That pitch is swung on and missed by Connor Obi. We head to the top half of the 4th inning. No score from Irvine, California. Justin Ammons steps into the box. I spoke to him before the game during BP, and he told me that his motivation for playing summer ball here, besides the fact that he wants to continue to stay warm for next season, is the fact that he wants to showcase his talents to the scouts here on the West Coast, which he was not able to perform in front of in Tennessee. He said that the draft did not unravel in the way that he hoped it would. Therefore, he's in for a new beginning as that slapped foul towards the right side but out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Raul Sandoval awaits on deck. Nico Lima in the hole. If anyone gets on, Jacob Castro. Justin Ammons out of the University of Texas. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. He's down in the hole at 1-2. Ammons out of Memphis, Tennessee. He's 5'10", 180 pounds. He attended Bartlett High School. Bats from the left side, throws from the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The left-hander gets the sign. DJ Satori is on the mound for the Riptide. Delivers a pitch. Breaking ball that stays up high. As a matter of fact, that was thrown behind the hitter at the plate. DJ with 3 strikeouts this evening. No score in the top half of the 4th inning. The Riptide are looking to complete the sweep of the Conejo Oaks. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3, perhaps? I'm not too sure. Oh, that was called a ball then. Connor Aoki was getting ready to throw the ball around the horn. He was hesitant as he noticed that Justin Ammons looked back at the home plate umpire. I'm sure that the umpire made some kind of notion. And he did make noise as well. Somewhat of a grunt as the 3-2 is ripped out towards right field but well out of play. Justin Ammons very out in front of the last pitch. Ammons participated in the Tony Gwynn Classic All-Team Tournament, in 2017. Here's the full count pitch. Slapped foul towards the left side, out of play. Raul Sandoval awaits on deck. Nico Lima in the hole. Only one hit in the lineup for the Oaks. That was a single towards right field for Daniel Krasnick. It's a full count to Justin Ammons. DJ gets the sign. The fifth-year senior delivers. That's hit out towards left center field. It'll fall in for a base hit. Ammons got some wheels. He's on his way towards second. He'll get there standing.
Now batting number 4, Raul Sandoval.
Connor Obi in center field did not get the best of jumps. He had to play the ball on the bounce. Was not able to come up with it cleanly, so that gave the runner, Justin Ammons, more than enough time to reach safely at second base standing. Raul Sandoval steps into the box. He struck out looking his first time up in the top half of the first inning. Nico Lima waits on deck. Ammons leads off a second. DJ Sartorius will look him back to the bag. No movement in either bullpen. No scorer in the top half of the fourth inning. Pitch is on the inner half, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. No runs, no errors, 2 hits apiece for each team. There goes a runner. Good jump there by Justin Ammons. No throw whatsoever by Connor Aoki. And due to the big jump that Ammons got, I'm sure that did not even cross the mind of the catcher behind the plate for the Riptide. Two balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Popped up towards the right side of the infield. The first baseman, Daniel Jung, has a play along the fence, and he dropped it, I believe, on the transfer, according to the umpire who was watching the play down the line. Not much of an argument from the Conejo Oaks coaching staff, so it seems like they agree on the call. That'll give an opportunity for Nico Lima to cash in the runner from third. Lima is 0 for 1. He flew out towards center field his first time up. DJ Sartorius delivers the pitch. It runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jacob Castro, the catcher, awaits on deck for the Oaks. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the OC Riptide are in second place in the CCL standings with a 6-4 league record. They are 7-5-1 overall. That's ripped out towards left field. It'll be trouble. Joshua Solomon looks up and it clears the fence for a 2-run shot. Nico Lima hung that one out to dry. Good contact off the bat. Line drive deep over the left field fence. 2-0 in favor of the Oaks. It was a fastball on the inner half of the plate. Nico Lima was all over it. He turned his hips and let loose. 2-0 in favor of the Oaks as Jacob Castro steps into the box looking to continue here in the bottom half, or excuse me, the top half of the fourth inning. The Conejo Oaks are at the very bottom of the CCO standings with a 3-6 league record, 5-5 overall. Pitch is chopped foul. The team with the most amount of games is the San Luis Obispo Blues. They have a total of 19 games. Us, the Riptide, have a total of 13 games. With the least amount of games, the Academy Barons with a total of 7. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Not the best looking pitch there from the left-hander. It bounced before it even got to home. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 man down. 2-0 in favor of the Conejo Oaks. 2-run shot off the bat of Nico Lima gave the team the lead. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's slapped foul towards the left side off the netting. We haven't seen too many home runs here at Orange County Great Park Stadium. I feel like we've seen a total of maybe 3 home runs. As the 2-2 pitch is an off-speed slapped foul towards the left side. The breeze now blowing towards left field. Coming upon 1 full hour of baseball played. Hit right back up the middle. Connor Roby plays it on a hop. It's a 1-out single for Jacob Castro, the catcher. Tyler Odekirk steps into the box. Odekirk out of Cal State LA. Prior to LA, he attended both Irvine College and the University of San Diego. He attended Mission Viejo High School. He's out of Rancho Santa Margarita. No movement yet in the bullpen for the Riptide. So lefty on righty matchup should favor the hitter at the plate, Tyler Odekirk. Steele Ledford awaits on deck. The bonus shown, then pulled away. 1 ball and no strikes. This will be our final game of the week here at home for the Riptide. We'll be right back here next Tuesday. The 1-0 is fouled towards the right side and out of play. After today's matchup, the Riptide will travel to Arroyo Seco and play the Saints. They will then play the San Luis Obispo Blues on Saturday. On Sunday, or not on Sunday. Check that. Yes. On Sunday the 23rd, they travel to Santa Barbara to play the Foresters. We'll be right back home here on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. start time against the Santa Barbara Foresters. And on Wednesday, a 6:30 p.m. start time against the Arroyo Seco Saints. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Odekirk. Jacob Castro leads off of first base. He reached on a single. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Tipped into the catcher's glove for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the ball game for DJ Sartorius.
Now batting number 3, Steele Ledford.
Steele Ledford due up. He lined out softly back to the pitcher his first time up. That's hit out towards left field, slicing down the line. Joshua Solomon gives chase, but it falls into foul territory. Ledford at the plate, also out of Ventura College. In his 2019 season, he played in 35 games, posting a .372 batting average with 2 home runs, 29 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. No balls and 1 strike. Ramon Gomez awaits on deck. 2 runs have come in to score this half inning for the Oaks. Brought to you by a 2-run home run off the bat of Nico Lima that cleared the left field fence. It's 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 men down. No movement in the Riptide bullpen. The left-hander gets the sign. Connor Aoki behind the plate for the Tide. There goes the runner. The 1-1 pitch is a chopper. Backhanded by the pitcher, DJ Sartorius. He then races to the bag to beat Steele Ledford and enforce the 3rd and final out of the top half of the 4th inning. To the bottom of the 4th we go. 2-0 in favor of the Oaks. Connor Aoki steps into the box to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Riptide are down by 2 runs. Flores remains on the mound for the Oaks. The first pitch is slapped foul towards the right side and out of play into the visitors' parking lot. Nice to see the kids out over the left field fence today in the ballpark. having a good time on that open field. Out here in support of DJ Sartorius. 1 ball and 1 strike. As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, something that was brought to my attention prior to the game was the fact that DJ actually coaches a baseball team. So a lot of the players who you see out here today are his. 1-1 is fouled back towards the netting. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joshua Solomon awaits on deck. Antonio Cruz in the hole for the Riptide. If anyone gets on, Daniel Jung. All right, so now you hear the super fan giving some love to our bat boy Ryder, and some of the crowd is joining in. Attaboy, Ryder. All right, Ryder's getting some fan love. 1-2 is lined up the middle, but a nice leaping grab by Gabe Baldovino to rob our leadoff hitter Connor Aoki of a base hit.
Now batting from Columbia University, number 4, Josh Solomon.
Josh Solomon steps into the box. He flew out towards right field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. On the outer half to even up the count at 1-1. Antonio Cruz waits on deck. Pitch runs inside and in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch is grounded foul towards the left side and not a play to even up the count at 2-2. Jacob Flores on the mound for the Conejo Oaks. Has 3 strikeouts throughout the ballgame thus far. He's out of Oxnard, California. Two to nothing in favor of the Oaks. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Off-speed pitch at the knee, second for strike 3. A backwards K for Josh Solomon.
Now batting from Rice University, number 1, Antonio Cruz.
Now Antonio Cruz steps into the box. Meanwhile, Jacob Castro, the catcher for the Oaks, will head out to the mound to have a chat with his pitcher. I spoke to Antonio Cruz prior to the game, and it turns out he's actually Puerto Rican, so I share that in common with him. I saw a Puerto Rico flag on his glove. Asked him about it, and that's what he told me. Another Puerto Rican on the team, Andre Anton, and Andre in particular has a very nice set of parents in regards to their culture because his father is from Iraq and his mother is from Puerto Rico. So very distinct cultures, but in this wonderful world, they both collided together and produced a big guy in Andre Anton, third baseman for the Riptide and for UC Irvine. Pitch is swung on and missed 1-1. Daniel Jung awaits on deck. Check, swing, foul towards the right side. You can tell Cruz wanted to hold up. Yesterday's ball game went by very quickly. It was below 2 hours and 30 minutes. Off speed that stays up high to even up the count at 2. Today's game also at a good pace thus far. I think our longest game here at home was probably around 3.5 hours. The 2-2 pitch popped up towards the right side, out of play. We'll do it again. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cruz struck out lunking his first time up. He's 0 for 1. The left-hander delivers the pitch. Tipped foul. The catcher was unable to hold on to it, or else that would have been strike 3. Jacob Castro behind the plate for the Oaks. Count even at 2-2. Castro delivers. Foul towards the right side. Also out of play. The first baseman, Nico Lima, giving it a look. Nice summer evening out here in Irvine, California. The sun is beginning to set. Slight breeze blowing out towards the left side as the 2-2 is fouled off the netting. Third foul ball in a row for Antonio Cruz at the plate. Battle brewing between Cruz and Flores. Who will come out victorious? Stay with us to find out. Fouled off once again. Daniel Jung awaits on deck. 2-0 ball game in the bottom of the fourth. We'll do it again at 2-2. Ground ball towards the left side. Past the diving Steele Ledford and into left field for a 2-out single. Antonio Cruz, the winner of the battle. That'll give an opportunity for Daniel Jung to extend the inning, and it looks like there'll be a pinch runner for Antonio Cruz.
Daniel Jung.
Michael Peabody being newly integrated into the ballgame for Cruz. He'll take the bag at first base. There goes the runner. Throw down towards second base is high. Not in time. Michael Peabody, just inserted into the ballgame, has already made his presence felt. Sweet P chants the superfan. One ball and no strikes. The left-hander delivers the pitch. It's in the dirt. Jacob Castro does a nice job of keeping it in front of him. And I can surely tell you that the players are enjoying the ambiance established here by the long-haired superfan. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 men down, 2-0 in favor of the Oaks. Left-hander delivers. It runs too far inside. The count is now 3-0. Blake Fadola waits on deck for the Riptide. Orange County looking to improve to 7-4 on the season. The 3-0 on the outer half catches the black. It's called a strike. It's now 3-1. The left-hander gets a sign, takes a peek towards second, settles back in. The bottom fell out of the pitch. Nice looking, swung on and missed. It's a full count, 3-2. Once again, we thank you for joining us for today's broadcast via YouTube Live, as the full count pitch is just found away. Daniel Jung just managing to stay alive, hit the ball with the tip of the bat. Michael Peabody aboard at second base. He came in as a pinch runner for Antonio Cruz, who reached on a single. Peabody then stole the bag. Full count, 3-2. Jacob Flores steps off the rubber, recovers his thoughts and emotions. Not the biggest of leads at second base by Peabody, as a 3-2 is swung on and missed for strike three. Like to be a changeup low in the dirt. We head to the top half of the fifth inning, 2-0 in favor of the Conejo Oaks. You're listening to OC Riptide Baseball via YouTube Live, the voice of the Tide, Jonathan Ortiz. Ramon Gomez, Daniel Krasnick, and Gabe Baldovino do up this half inning for the Conejo Oaks. If anyone gets on, Justin Ammons at the top of the lineup. Gomez struck out looking his first time up. DJ Sartorius out for his now fifth inning of work. Has surrendered 2 earned runs on 4 hits. Does have 4 strikeouts. Falls behind in the count to Ramon Gomez. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Go ahead and mention in the chat section of YouTube Live where you're watching from. We'd love to say hello. There's a ground ball to Carson Matthews. Man, he's got a good-looking arm. 1 away. That'll bring up Daniel Krasnick, who's 1 for 1 with a single. Bailey Holbrook is warming up in the Conejo Oak bullpen. Still no movement in the Orange County pen. It's a lefty-on righty matchup. Here comes the pitch. It's at the knees, caught a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch is in the dirt. Skips past Connor Aoki to the backstop. It's 1-1. Daniel Krasnick at the plate. Gabe Baldovino awaits on deck. 1 man down in the inning. 2-0 ball game in favor of the Oaks. We're in the top half of the 5th. Daniel Krasnick out of Los Angeles, California, committed to Hawaii. Two balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Slouch foul towards the right side, and I'll tell you something. The hitter on deck, Gabe Baldovino, didn't even flinch, and that's because he wasn't paying attention. But that ball was way too close for comfort, in my opinion. That was lined straight towards him, but luckily it just skipped right past him. I tell you, on a baseball field, no one's safe. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man down. Sartorius looking for strikeout number 5. Will he get it there? Yes, he will. Home plate umpire pulls the trigger. Connor Aoki throw it around the horn. 5 strikeouts on the evening for the left-hander from Biola University. Baldovino steps into the box. He grounded into a 6-4-3 double play during the top half of the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1 today. Justin Ammons waits on deck. 2-0 Conejo Oaks. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Conejo. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Riptide. First pitch is outside and high. 1 ball and no strikes. Baldovino out of Camarillo, California. The hometown of also our stats guy, Ryan Farron. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan actually now lives in Irvine, so I'll give you his address later. We can go ahead and pay him a visit. I'm kidding. I don't know your address, Ryan, but I'll tell you, man. He's truly, truly an awesome kid, and he's got a great brain, too. Look out, Major League Baseball. He's coming to a front office near you soon, as there's a chopper. Nice play by the 3rd baseman, Blake Evans. The play is recorded, and we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2-0 Oaks. Blake Fadul opens things up in the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Tide. He'll be followed by Blake Evans, Carson Matthews, Dylan Rock, if anyone gets on. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Fadul. He grounded out towards 3rd base his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Offensively, the Riptide have been awfully quiet. Only 3 hits. But that one's hit right back off the middle. It hit off the leg of Jacob Flores, then recovered by the 3rd baseman. Gets past the 1st baseman, Nico Lima, on his way towards 2nd, and he'll get there. Standing is Blake Fadul. Will score that one, I believe, a hit. I'm thinking that, without a doubt, it should have been a hit on the initial contact, because he would have been down the line safely. But he wouldn't have had 2nd without the throwing ever. So there was a discussion here in the press box whether or not we'd call it a hit or an error. But we're going to go ahead and do a hit on the initial play and then a throwing error on the 3rd baseman. I agree with you, Don. I don't think the play would have been made. And we hope Jacob Flores is okay, and it looks like he should be because he's throwing some pitches on the mound. That ball was hit on a line right back to him. I believe it hit him on his left leg.
Southern University, number 15, Blake Evans.
Perhaps on his thigh. as Blake Evans given the opportunity with no men down and a runner in scoring position. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Carson Matthews waits on deck. Flores delivers the pitch, delivers one in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. The left-hander takes a peek towards second base. Here's a 1-0 pitch, fouled back towards the netting. One ball, one strike, no men down. 2-0 ball game in favor of the Oaks. Breaking ball that runs inside. Blake Evans ducks out of the way. Evans out of Georgia Southern University. Two balls and one strike to him. Pitch is on the outer half, called a strike to even up the count at 2. Flores gets the sign. Jacob Castro behind the plate for Conejo. Here's the 2-2. Poor swing, poor attempt by Blake Evans. He just reached out and stuck his bat out to the wind. Tipped it into the mitt of the catcher for a strikeout. Evans would have liked to at least advance the runner towards third. There's a meeting now on the mound, and perhaps that is the end of the evening for the Conejo Oaks starter, Jacob Flores. They do have Bailey Holbrook warming up in their bullpen, and sure enough, that'll be the day for Flores on the mound. We'll take a short break as things unravel on the field. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the OC Riptide. Carson Matthews has a runner on second base with one man down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Bailey Holbrook takes the mound now for the Conejo Oaks. He was the designated hitter in their lineup in yesterday's matchup. He delivers a first pitch off the outer half of the plate for a ball, 1-0. Bailey Holbrook is out of Union University. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The right-hander delivers a pitch. There goes the runner. Throw down towards third base is not in time. I was worried because on the play, Blake Fadul was looking at home plate the entire time. So I feel like that aspect of things slowed him down a bit, but he made it down there safely so he can do as he please. That's why I'm a broadcaster and he's a ball player. Bailey Holbrook, 6'4", 190 pounds, out of Thousand Oaks, California. He also attended Thousand Oaks High School. Pitch runs way inside. Carson Matthews leans back. 3 balls and no strikes. Clayton Rickerman warming up in the Conejo Oaks bullpen. Andre Anton warming up in the Riptide bullpen. Here's the 3-0 pitch on the outer half, taken for ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Carson Matthews as Dylan Rock digs into the plate with 1 man down and runners on the corners.
San Antonio, number 22, Dylan Rock.
And I absolutely love the way our public address announcer refers to Dylan Rock. A lot of emphasis on his last name. I wish we really could do some walk-up music here at Great Park Irvine Stadium, because imagine hearing the glass shatter and playing The Rock, the pro wrestler's theme song, as this guy comes up to the plate. That'd be raw. No pun intended, I'll tell you that. 1 ball and no strikes, because Ryan said that I may have said that would have been Raw because of Monday Night Raw, which is associated with professional wrestling. But, you know, as I said, no pun intended indeed. All right, here we go. Our scoreboard guy, Don, says that Carson Matthews will try to steal second base. Let's see if he's correct. I'll tell you, Don is very familiar with Clemente Bonilla's running game. He operates the scoreboard at his high school, so Don knows what he's talking about. Fadol leads off a third. Carson Matthews leads off a first. Here's a 1-1 pitch from the pitcher on the mound, Holbrook. There goes the runner. Throw down towards second base is non-existent. Nothing more than a bluff from Jacob Castro. Now the Riptide have the tying run at board at second base. Runners on third and second. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 man down. At the plate, Dylan Rock. On deck, Connor Obi. 2-0 in favor of the Conejo Oaks. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Here's the 2-1, slapped down the line but foul. The count is even at 2-2. Fadol on third reached on to single. Carson Matthews on second reached on a walk. The 2-2 from the right-hander on the mound is fouled towards the right side, out of play. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Man, you've got to love the superfan. He just asked the pitcher off the mound if he wants to rock. Well, let's see it. Let's see it, Dylan. Let's rock and roll. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man down, 2 men on. Here's the pitch, fouled away. So the more pitches he sees, the more dangerous that Dylan Rock becomes. Dylan Rock out of UT San Antonio. 6'1", 205 pounds, out of Sugar Land, Texas. He's looking to sweeten things up for the Riptide as he fouls that one out of play. Rock out of George Ranch High School. 6'1", 205 pounds. He's got some pop in the bat. Holbrook looks down the barrel to get a sign. Delivers a 2-2. Way outside, ball 3.
Come on, guys.
Fadol on third. Matthews on second. The Riptide down by 2. Bottom half of the 5th inning. The full count pitch. Hit into left center field. It'll fall in for a base hit. Fadol comes in to score. Behind him comes Matthews. The throw is cut off. It'll go towards second. The tag is applied. Dylan Walk is out, but the ball game is tied.
Now batting from
2 RBI single for Dylan Walk as Connor Roby steps into the box. All tied up at 2 from Irvine, California. Dylan Rock hit it into left center field, no man's land. Thought he had a chance towards second base, hoping that the throw from the center fielder, Steele Ledford, was coming home, but that was not the case. Heads up play by the infield to cut off the throw and apply the tag at second. The 1-0 is ripped foul towards the left side out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Connor Aoki awaits on deck. All tied up at 2. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Riptide looking to cap off a 2-game sweep of the Conejo Oaks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holbrook delivers a 1-1. Hit up the middle. It'll fall in for a 2-out single. That'll give an opportunity for Connor Aoki.
Now batting from Binghamton University, number 19, Connor Aoki.
And will that be all for Bailey Holbrook on the mound? There is a pitcher in the bullpen. By the looks of things, it probably will be, and sure enough, we'll take a short break. The game is tied 2-2. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the LC Riptide. We'll take a break. Clayton Rickerman, a right-hander, takes him out for the Oaks here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Connor Aoki steps into the plate. He has a runner aboard at first base with 2 men down. There goes a runner down towards second. The tag is applied at his left arm, but not in time. Heads up play there by Connor Obi to sneak past the tag. Another stolen base for the Orange County Riptide. Aoki flew out towards center field and popped out towards second base in his 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2. Looking to give the Riptide their first lead of the ball game. Rickerman delivers in the dirt. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Riptide. Andre Antone continues to warm up in the Orange County bullpen as a 1-1 pitch way outside for ball 2. The Conejo Oaks are looking to avoid the sweep and looking to avoid falling to 3-7. They're sitting dead last in the CCL. At the very top are the Santa Barbara Foresters as the 2-1 is called to strike to even up the count at 2. Santa Barbara Foresters are enjoying a 4-game winning streak. They are 8-2 overall. The Riptide are 1 game behind them with a 6-4 league record, 7-5-1 overall. In third place, the Academy Barons at 3-3. In fourth, the Royal Seco Saints at 4-5. In fifth, the Slow Blues at 2-4. Here's the 2-2. Chopper towards the left side and out of play. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joshua Solomon awaits on deck for the Riptide. The starting pitcher out of Biola University, DJ Sartorius, now off the hook for the loss. He gave up a 2-run home run as the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Sartorius gave up a 2-run home run to Nico Lima, who deposited it deeply over the left field fence. We head to the top of the 6th inning. On sign up Pat 2 from Irvine, California. Devin Sartorius out for his 6th inning of work. It'll be Justin Ammons, Raul Sandoval, and Nico Lima this half inning. If anyone gets on, Jacob Castro for the Oaks. All tied up at 2 as the first pitch runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Once again, I spoke to Justin Ammons prior to the game, and I asked him what was his driving incentive for playing summer ball instead of taking the season off. And he said he wanted to showcase his skills to the scouts here on the West Coast. He told me that he felt as if the Angels were the top contender to draft him in 2019. 2 balls and no strikes. Raul Sandoval awaits on deck. The left-hander delivers, misses, ball 3. 3-0. 3 straight balls to open up business here in the top half of the 6th inning for DJ Sartorius. Despite the 2 spots, Sartorius has only surrendered 4 hits, which is not a lot whatsoever, but he does surrender a walk here. And we know that Justin Ammons does have a good set of wheels, so expect him to run, and also expect that to be it for DJ Sartorius on the mound as Andre Antone was warming up in the bullpen, and DJ knew it right off the bat. He was walking right into the hands of the coach, handing him the baseball. We'll take a break. We remain in the top half of the 6th inning. Andre Antone taking the mound for the Orange County Riptide. We spoke to him prior to the game, and he was expecting to pitch in today's matchup against the Oaks. He's out of Laguna Niguel, California. He's an undeclared major at UC Irvine. He said he wanted to participate in summer baseball to get a feel both at pitching and also at hitting because he didn't see too many at-bats over at Irvine last season. Antone actually coming off of Tommy John surgery. I asked him where he thought that the injury stemmed from, and he thought it was just an unexpected growth spurt that his body was not able to sustain. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Riptide fans, remember, we still do have some players coming in from out of state. So if you have a spare bed, a spare room, and a spare place in your heart to welcome in one of our OC Riptide baseball players, we are beyond grateful for your gesture. If you're interested in Being a host family, go ahead and send us a direct message via the OC Riptide Twitter baseball account. The 1-2 pitch is a pitch out, nothing doing. Justin Ammons leading off of first base. He reached on a walk. It's a good ball game. We're all tied up at 2 here in the top half of the 6th inning. 4-2 was the final score in yesterday's matchup between these two teams. Antone delivers a throw back over towards first, but not in time. Raul Sandoval at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a liner towards the first baseman. After DJ Sartorius walked off the field, a ton of the kids reached over the dugout railing to congratulate him over the third base line. The count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Sandoval. Nico Lima waits on deck. Jacob Castro in the hole. No men down this half inning. We're all tied up at 2 here in the top of the 6th. Andre Antone now on the mound for the Riptide. The full count pitch is popped up directly behind us as well, but out of play. You know, for some weird reason or another, I expected that one to land right inside of the press box.
Pretty much no way the ball can get in here.
But that's true, John. Yeah, there's pretty much no way that the ball's getting in here, because the net is right in front of us, and above us is these, I guess, how would you describe it? A ceiling?
A grill.
A grill, more so, yeah. That's what it looks like.
Take a miracle shot to get up in here.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander delivers. There goes Ammons. And kudos to Raul Sandoval for making contact with that pitch. That was up at his chest. He brought his hands together and somehow managed to slap it foul down the left field line. Not sure whether he did it intentionally or on accident, but it's kept him at the plate with a full count and Nico Lima on deck. Justin Ammons at first base. Ammons had gotten a good jump towards second. He won't go on this one. That pitch comes back to hit Sandoval behind the helmet. So there are runners now on first and second with no men down for Nico Lima, who is 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run during the top half of the 4th inning. Our Bat Boy Rider still receiving a lot of love from the fans. The super fan leading the cheer. Righty on righty matchup at the plate. Go ahead run at second base for the Oaks. First pitch is a bunt attempt pulled back. No balls and 1 strike. Justin Ammons on second. He reached on a walk. Raul Sandoval aboard at first. He was hit by the pitch. DJ Sartorius opened up the inning. Now it's Andre Antone out of UC Irvine and Laguna Niguel, California, on the mound for the Riptide. No balls and 1 strike, no man down. Antone steps out the rubber, links Ammons back to the bag. The Oaks scored twice in the top half of the 4th inning. The Riptide scored twice in the bottom half of the 5th. The 0-1 runs inside. That is the second hit batter for Andre Antone. Nico Lima took it to the back. Now the bases are loaded. Nowhere to put them for Jacob Castro, the catcher. Castro's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out towards shortstop. There'll be a meeting on the mound between the pitching coach and Andre Antone. Meanwhile, there's some action in the bullpen. That's Noah Walker warming up for Orange County. Well, would you look at that? This next matchup is between two teammates. Andre Antone attends UCI, and so does the catcher at the plate, Jacob Castro. And by the looks of things, Castro has a good idea of what is in Andre's arsenal, as I reckon that if he did have some bullpen sessions in Irvine, Castro was the catcher. No balls and one strike, no men down, runners on third, second, and first. To sum it all up, the bases are loaded. The right-hander gets the sign. Antone delivers. It runs inside. Nice block by Connor Aoki, managing to keep it in front of him. The count is even at 1-1. Noah Walker warming up in the bullpen for the Riptide. The corners play in. The middle infield straight up the middle. As the 1-1 pitch is hit out towards left center field. It'll fall in for a base hit. 2 runs will come in to score for the Oaks. Holding at first is Jacob Castro. Sarping at third is Nico Lima. 2 RBI single puts the Conejo Oaks out in front, 4-2 here in the top half of the 6th inning. Runners on the corners, and it's not over yet for Tyler Odekirk at the plate. Andre Antone would love to induce a strikeout or a ground ball for a double play. Ground ball towards the left side, but that one has eyes and finds itself into left field for another RBI single. Now a 3-run lead for the Conejo Oaks.
Now batting number 3, Steele Ledford.
Steele Ledford steps into the box, and it looks like that'll be the inning for Andre Antone. I can tell you, he must be severely disappointed, but he can't hang his head. He's coming off of Tommy John. He probably has not pitched in a live ball game for a good amount of time now. So there's more baseball to be played out here in Irvine, California, and there's more baseball to be played in this game in particular. Top of the 6th inning, pitching change. We'll take a break. New pitcher on the mound for the Orange County Riptide, Noah Walker out of Texas State University, looking to find the Riptide out of trouble. Here in the top half of the sixth inning, 3 runs have come across the plate so far for the Oaks. 1 2 RBI single off the bat of Jacob Castro, another RBI single off the bat of Tyler Odekirk. No balls and 2 strikes. Seal Ledford at the plate, Ramon Gomez on deck, Daniel Krasnick in the hole. Noah Walker, 6'4", 220 pounds, out of Austin, Texas. He attended Bowie High School. He takes a peek towards second, delivers the 0-2. In there for strike 3. Good start to the outing for Walker on the mound as Ramon Gomez steps into the box. Gomez is 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the 3rd inning, then grounded out towards shortstop during the top half of the 5th. Walker would love to do something on the ground here for a double play. Walker takes a peek towards second, delivers a pitch inside and high, 1 ball and no strikes. We started off the ballgame with DJ Sartorius. As a matter of fact, we started off the top half of the 6th inning with DJ Sartorius. Then transferred over, to Andre Antone. Finally, we have settled with Noah Walker on the mound. 1-0 is swung on and missed. A very late swing there by Ramon Gomez. Gomez out of Oxnard, California. Attended Oxnard JC, posting a .303 batting average with 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, picked nicely, or at least kept in front of, by Connor Aoki. He didn't catch it cleanly inside of the glove, but he did hold it in front of him, preventing the runners from advancing. As a pitcher with runners in scoring positions, or as a matter of fact, just runners on in general, you want to trust and you'd like to trust that your catcher will keep something in the dirt in front of him. The 2-1 has the bottom foul out of it. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Daniel Krasnick awaits on deck for Conejo. The right-hander out of Texas Tech gets the sign. Delivers the 2-2 pitch. Just fouled away. Ramon Gomez able to stay alive. In 2018 for the Bobcats, Noah Walker posted a 2.70 ERA through 5 appearances. As the 2-2 is on the inner half, the home plate umpire bites his tongue. It drives the count 4-3-2. The opposition hit .250 against Walker in 2018. The count is full 3-2. The right-hander delivers, swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Noah Walker. He's 1 out away from escaping the inning without surrendering a run. Daniel Krasnick now trying to play hero for the Oaks. Has a runner on first and second with 2 men down. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Gabe Baldovino awaits on deck. 5-2 ball game. We're in the top half of the 6th inning.
It's pinch hitter Jalen Parks.
And check that. There's actually a pinch hitter at the plate for Daniel Krasnick.
Jalen Parks.
We'll get you his name shortly. He's number 23, Jalen Parks. The right-hander delivers a pitch, hit towards the right side, foul. And a nice grab there by one of the coaches for Conejo Oaks. That's actually the head coach for the Oaks. He barehanded the ball on the fly. And I'm surprised that he has not received any kind of warnings from the officials here at Great Park Stadium, because he is outside of the dugout as that is slicing down the line, but foul and out of play. Yeah, the Conejo Oaks head coach is literally outside of the dugout in front of the top step on the field, just behind his first base coach. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 men down. Will it be 3 strikeouts in a row? We'll have to wait and see, as that one misses outside. The first base umpire says that the hitter at the plate, Jalen Parks, did not go on that last attempt. We've played a little bit more than 2 hours of baseball, and we're in the top half of the 6th inning. The pitch is on the inner half, and it caught him looking for strike 3. 2 backwards K and 1 forward one. A wonderful outing for Noah Walker on the mound. Back-to-back strikeouts to end business in the top half of the 6th inning. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 5-2, Conejo Oaks. Joshua Solomon out of Columbia University hopes to lead the way back into the ballgame for the Riptide as he opens things up here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They're down by 3, 5-2 ballgame in favor of the Oaks. It'll be Joshua Solomon, Michael Peabody, and Daniel Jung this half inning for the Riptide. If anyone reaches Blake Fadol. Solomon is down in the count and no balls and 2 strikes. He flew out towards right field his first time up. He then struck out looking during the bottom half of the 4th inning. The right-hander delivers the 0-2 pitch on the outer half. The home plate umpire pulls the trigger for a backwards K.
That's not Antonio Cruz.
It's Michael Peabody.
Number 36?
Yeah. You can train out there.
subbed in.
Now batting number 36, Michael Peabody.
For somebody in the baseball.
Michael Peabody now at the plate, and the Sweet Pea chant continues from the OC Riptide superfan. I guess we can refer to him as that now that the Santa Barbara Foresters aren't in town. Last time he was here, he was rooting for Santa Barbara. Prior to that, he was rooting for Orange Coast College. The 0-1 is ripped down the right field line, but foul. This is Michael Peabody's first at bat of the evening. Antonio Cruz was in his place. Cruz went 1 for 2 with the single. Michael Peabody came in as a pinch runner during the bottom half of the fourth inning, where Cruz reached on a single. Peabody then stole second base. The pitch runs inside to hit Peabody on the butt.
Now batting from the University of Notre Dame, number 11, Daniel Jung.
Now out of Notre Dame, the first baseman Daniel Jung steps into the box. He reached on a double his first time up in the bottom half of the second inning, then struck out during the bottom of the fourth. Michael Peabody leads off at first. He reached on a hit by a pitch. Daniel Jung at the plate. The right-hander delivers. That's low and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Clayton Rickerman remains on the mound for the Conejo Oaks here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Riptide. Throw back over towards first and not in time. Head first dive from Michael Peabody. No movement in either bullpen. No walker in the ballgame for the OC Riptide. The 1-0 is popped up towards the left side of the infield. Ramon Gomez, the third baseman, makes the play, 2-man down. Noah Walker came into the top half of the sixth inning with 2 men on and no men out. He struck out the side in order.
Now batting from Santa Clara University, number 9, Blake Fadul.
Now out of Santa Clara, Blake Fadul with an opportunity to add some pizzazz here in the bottom half of the sixth inning for the Riptide. Peabody leading off of first base. Good size lead for him. He has 1 stolen base already. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes here. There he goes. He got an awfully good jump. The throw down towards second base is on the money, though, but not in time. Second stolen base of the outing for Michael Peabody.
They call it strike on that?
Strike.
Thank you.
No balls and 1 strike, 2 away. One are in scoring position for Blake Fadul at the plate. Rickerman looks down the barrel to get a sign. First peeks towards second base. Delivers the 0-1. Big swing, but Fadul comes up empty. It's now 0-2. Blake Evans awaits on deck for the Riptide. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, it skips past Jacob Castro down the third base side. Advancing on the play is Michael Peabody towards third base. The count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joshua Solomon opened up the inning with a strikeout. Michael Peabody was then hit by a pitch. Daniel Jung popped out towards third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The right-hander delivers. Outside pitch to even up the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 men down, 1 man on. 3-run deficit for the OC Riptide. The 2-2. Outside pitch just missing off the outer black. The count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Blake Evans, the OC Riptide third baseman, in the on-deck circle. The Conejo Oaks scored 3 runs during the top half of the 6th inning. The Riptide looking to come back with some magic of their own as that's ripped down the left field line, but it hooks foul. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitcher sets. Delivers a full count pitch. Ground ball towards the left side, but out of play. Everyone back to their place. The 3-2 fouled off once again. So Blake Fadol not going down without a fight. That's now 3 foul balls in a row. Clayton Rickerman on the mound for the Oaks. They opened up the ball game with Jacob Flores. And another foul ball. We'll do it again. They opened up the ballgame with Jacob Flores, then transferred over to Bailey Holbrook. Now finally with Clayton Rickerman on the mound. Rickerman is committed, I believe, to Cal State Poly. Or check that, Cal Lutheran. But there's the ball ripped up the middle for a 2-out single. 1 run comes in to score for the Riptide. The deficit is now cut to 2. 5-3 ball game in the bottom of the 6th.
University, number 15, Blake Evans.
Now out of Georgia Southern University, Blake Evans. He'll be looking to avoid the sombrero. He has 2 strikeouts already tonight. Fadol leads off at first. The right-hander delivers. Pitch is swung on and missed into the catcher's glove. No balls and 1 strike. Two men down in the inning for the Riptide. Carson Matthews awaits on deck. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Hit out towards left center field. It's a bleeder. It'll fall in for a 2-out single. The throw goes down towards third base. The runner gets in there safely. On his way towards second and getting there safely himself is Blake Evans.
Now batting from
Aggressive base running for the Orange County Riptide works out perfectly for them as now Carson Matthews steps into the box with the tying run on second base with 2 men down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Matthews popped out towards second base his first time up, then grounded towards second in the 3rd. Reached on a walk during the bottom of the 5th. There'll be a meeting on the mound and we'll take a short break. Fado leads off a third. Evans off a second. Righty on righty matchup. Dylan Ronkowitz on deck. Carson Matthews at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Hit out towards shallow left center field. Steele Ledford is there. He'll make the play. And the half inning is over. Oh, the hype for nothing. But there's still some baseball to be played. We'll head to the top of the seventh. 5-3, Conejo Oaks.
Anywhere on the rug is fine.
Top half of the seventh inning. First pitch is taken for a strike 0-1. Five to 3 ball game in favor of the Oaks. It'll be Gabe Baldovino, Justin Amons, and Raul Sandoval. On away.
Now batting number 1, Justin Ammons.
Noah Walker back on the bump for the OC Riptide. Came in with runners on first and second during the top half of the sixth inning. He got Ledford out looking, Gomez swinging, and Jalen Parks swinging as well. Justin Ammons at the plate. Grounded out towards first base his first time up. He then doubled in the fourth inning and walked in the sixth. 1 for 2. Pitches swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. Justin Ammons out of Texas University. No balls and 1 strike. The right-hander gets the side. Delivers the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball on the outer half, well located on the outer black. No balls and 2 strikes now. We see a right-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide. We'll get you his name shortly. His name is Cole Samuels. Here's the 0-2. High fastball above the chest. No call. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Raul Sandoval waits on deck. Nico Lima in the hole for the Oaks. Here's a 1-2. Ripped out towards right field. Dylan Rock takes a few steps in, but he'll have to play it out a hop. That's the second hit of the ball game for Justin Ammons.
Now batting number 4, Raul Sandoval.
Raul Sandoval digs into the plate. Struck out looking his first time up. Lined out towards first base in the 4th inning, though, was hit by a pitch in the 6th. No balls and 1 strike. "5-3 ball game. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. Back and forth matchup between the Oaks and the Riptide. Pitch swung on and missed 0-2. The Riptide have yet to take the lead in today's matchup. They were down by 2 runs. Then they scored 2 runs of their own. And then the Oaks jumped out in front with a 3 spot during the top half of the 6th inning to give them a 5-3 lead. The Riptide came back with one of their own, during the bottom half of the 6th, which has put us at where we are now, 5-3. One ball and 2 strikes. His time is called by Noah Walker on the mound. He looked over to the second base umpire to ensure that time was given. He then came to his knees to tie his right shoe. The 1-2 pitch. Slider on the outer half, just misses. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Raul Sandoval at the plate. Nico Lima on deck. Jacob Castro in the hole. Noah Walker delivers a 2-2. Hit out towards center field. It'll be trouble. Coming in is Connor Roby. He'll have to play it on a hop. It's then recovered by the second baseman instead, Blake Fadul. Justin Ammons had the ambition to advance towards third base, but he was held up by the third base running coach. Back-to-back innings this half inning for the Oaks, or back-to-back singles, pardon me, as Nico Lima steps into the box. He flew out towards center field in the first. Homeward towards left field in the 4th, then was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. The right-hander delivers a fastball outside, 1-0. 8 hits apiece for each side, but the Oaks have 5 runs to show for it. The Riptide have 3. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Walker delivers the pitch. Hit up the middle, Connor Obi. Again has to play it on a hop, and the Oaks will play it station to station. For the 2nd inning in a row, they have the bases loaded, this time with 1 man out for Jacob Castro, the catcher. Castro is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and the ground out towards short. Remember, Cole Samuels is warming up in the bullpen for the Riptide. Let's see what Noah Walker has in store for us now. He struck out the side with runners on first and second and no men down during the top of the 6th. Now we're in the top of the 7th. The pitch gets away from the catcher, Connor Aoki. There was no play at the plate. An additional run comes in to score for the Oaks. 6-3 ball game, top of the 7th. The Riptide may consider walking Jacob Castro, or maybe working around him, but we'll see. Tyler Odekirk awaits on deck for the Oaks. 6-3 ball game. Off the inner half of the bat towards the left side, and the third baseman Blake Evans just runs out of room in front of the fence. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 man down. The superfan remains optimistic for the Riptide. There's a slider well located on the outside corner for a strike 1 and 2. All right, he said it himself. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Slider towards the right side and foul. Ryan Farron, our stats guy, just had an amazing suggestion. He said we should have the superfan as the guest on our broadcast. I'll tell you what, Ryan, if we get someone to bring him up here, I'm down. Go ahead and shoot a text. Well, let's see how things unravel. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball on the inner half. Got him looking for strike 3. Backwards K for Jacob Castro as Tyler Odekirk has an opportunity with third and second, but with 2 men down.
Now batting number 14, Tyler Odekirk.
Odekirk with 2 strikeouts and a single, which was an RBI single in the top of the 6th. Pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. And I'll tell you, this superfan has kind of grown on me. Maybe because for the first time ever, he's actually rooting for the same team I'm rooting for. Here's the 1-0 pitch, inside fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, the first time I met him was at it was at Fresno. My JC, El Camino College, was playing his favorite squad, I believe, the OCC Pirates. So he was cheering for the Pirates then. And the last time we saw him, it was here in Irvine. He was rooting for the Foresters. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 men down. Noah Walker in search of the strike zone. He finds it with the first pitch, or not a first pitch, but a 4th pitch strike on the outside corner. The 3-1 pitch. Taken for ball 4. Looks like Tyler Odekirk knew it before the home plate umpire. He took off his knee pad and booked it down the first base line before you could say ball 4. Steele Ledford with an opportunity here in the top half of the 7th inning. Well, apparently the superfan thinks that his name is Steele Leopard, but we'll keep Ledford for the sake of the integrity of the broadcast. It's no balls and 1 strike. Ledford is 0 for 3 in today's matchup. The right-hander delivers the 0-1. Inside slider well located for a strike 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 men down. Pitch is fouled back towards the netting. Cole Samuels warming up in the bullpen for the Riptide. No movement in the bullpen for the Oaks. The bases are loaded. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 men down. 3-run lead for Conejo. Walker delivers the pitch. In there for strike 3. The Oaks bring 1 across the plate as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's time for Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at Orange County Great Park Stadium in Irvine, California. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic via YouTube Live.
It's my spirit animal.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Connor Aoki leading things off for the Riptide. The 0-1 pitch on the inner half. Taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Check that. That is not Connor Aoki. That's actually Dylan Rock. At the plate, Connor Obi waits on deck, and Connor Aoki is in the hole. Clayton Rickerman remains on the mound for the Oaks. Did he go? The first base umpire holds his hands out and says no. 2 balls and 1 strike to Dylan Rock. Slap towards the right side. The right fielder plays it on a one-hopper. Justin Ammons was hesitant whether or not he wanted to make an attempt, but Dylan Rock hit it right on the screws, and Ammons thought otherwise.
Number 2, Connor Obi.
Now that gives the opportunity to Connor Obi. He reached on a single in the first inning. He then struck out in the third. Singled again in the fifth. He's 2 for 3 today. It's a righty-on-righty matchup at the plate. The pitcher delivers. Low for a ball, 1-0. Connor Aoki awaits on the on-deck circle. 6-3 ball game in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Pitch is called a strike to even up the count at 1. So far, 2 very well contested ball games between the Oaks and the Riptide. Yesterday's final score was 4-2 in favor of Orange County. We're sitting at 6-3 in favor of the Oaks here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bunn has shown them pulled back. 2 balls and 1 strike. DJ Sartorius and Jacob Flores were the starting pitchers in today's matchup. John Vergara warming up in the bullpen for Conejo. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Slapped foul towards the left side. Connor Obi got a good piece of wood on it, but he was just out in front.
Thank you.
Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, no men down. Dylan Rock leads off of first. He reached on a single. The 2-2 pitch. Inside. Ball 3. I was sure the home plate umpire was going to pull the trigger for strike 3. Glad he didn't, giving an opportunity for Connor Obi to reach on base. The Riptide are down by 3. They're looking to chip out the deficit. They're running out of time. Down to the last 9 outs, throw over towards first base. First pickoff attempt is unsuccessful for the pitcher on the mound, Clayton Rickerman. Rickerman gets the sign, delivers a 3-2 pitch, below the knees for ball 4. Here we go. Let's get back into this one. Down by 3 runs, Connor Aoki represents the tying run at the plate for the Riptide. He flew out towards center his first time up, then popped out towards second base in the 4th and struck out in the 5th inning. He's 0 for 3. He's due for a hit, and why not bring it into fruition here? Caleb Denny on deck and Joshua Solomon's spot. The first pitch is too far inside, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Dylan Rock leads off a second. Connor Obi off a first. Rock reached on a single. Obi walked the 1-0 pitch. Called a strike to even up the count at 1. Once again, Caleb Denny in the on-deck circle in place of Joshua Solomon. Michael Peabody in the hole. Each team has 9 hits, but the Oaks have 6 runs to show for it. The Riptide 3. That one's a slider around the outer half called a strike. The home plate umpire said it caught some of the outer black. It's now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Rickerman. Hit out towards left field. It'll fall in for a base hit. Dylan Rock rounds the bag. He's on his way home. The throw to third is offline and not in time. Down towards second heads Connor Aoki. The Riptide have the tying run on second base for Caleb Denny, the pinch hitter for Joshua Solomon.
Now batting from the University of Arkansas, number 14, Caleb Denny.
From the University of Arkansas, Caleb Denny steps into the box. I think that should be the outing for Clayton Rickerman, and sure enough it is. They're bringing in a left-hander. We'll see what unravels. We'll take a short break from Irvine, California. Runners on third and second. No men down. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic on YouTube Live. We're in for a good one. Stay put. John Vergara steps onto the mound. A left-handed pitcher out of Los Angeles, California. Currently at UC Irvine. Prior to Irvine, he attended Glendale City College. He's 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. In to face the left-hander, Caleb Denny. First pitch is in the dirt. Denny holds his hands up, telling his runners to hold. 1 ball and no strikes. Michael Peabody awaits on deck. Connor Obi on third. Connor Aoki at second. Aoki represents the tying run for the Riptide. Here's a 1-0 pitch. On the outer half, called a strike. It's even at 1. Vergara on the mound, played with the Conejo Oaks last season. As the second pitch is in there for a strike. He went 1-1 with one save, a 3.26 ERA, striking out 25 over 19 and a third innings. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vergara is a strikeout pitcher. Caleb Denny looking to avoid the K, but he will not. Backwards K in particular, 1 away. And here's another UC Irvine versus Jersey Irvine matchup. Michael Peabody facing his second anteater of the evening. Lefty on lefty matchup. Bunn has shown them pulled back. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, 1 away. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit up the middle for a base hit. Rounding the bag on his way home is Connor Aoki. The throw to the plate is cut off. We're all tied up at 6 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 2 RBI single from Michael Peabody.
Now batting from Notre Dame, number 11, Daniel Jung.
Daniel Jung looking to continue the hit parade for the Riptide here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. He has a go-ahead run at first base. The Riptide were down 2-0, then it was 2-2, then 6-3, then 6-4, now 6-6. As the 0-1 is way outside, 1-1. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the Riptide have yet to enjoy a lead in today's matchup between the Oaks. There goes the runner. Throw down towards second base. Here's a good one. Tag applied, but not in time. Stolen base for Michael Peabody. That is now his 3rd stolen base of the evening. Clemente Bonilla loves to run. But loves is perhaps an understatement. Two balls and no strikes. Now the go-ahead run is at second base for the young man from Notre Dame University, Daniel Jung, at the play. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup as Blake Fadola waits on deck. John Vergara out of UC Irvine, a returning Oak on the mound for Conejo. The 2-0 pitch. Caught a strike. It's now 2-1. Six runs, 11 hits, no error for Orange County. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. The 2-1 pitch. On the outer half, taken for a strike. The count is now even at 2. Jung doubled his first time up, then struck out in the 4th and popped out towards third base in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. Lefty on lefty matchup. Vergara delivers the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. That gives the opportunity to Blake Fadul.
Batting from Santa Clara University, number 9, Blake Fadul.
Fadul is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a ground out. Fadul has the go-ahead run at second base for the Riptide. Lefty on righty matchup should favor the hitter at the plate. Vergara takes a peek toward second, delivers the pitch. Jacob Castro smothers it, does a nice job of keeping it in front of him. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, I think at this point, the superfan cheers for both teams. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Michael Peabody on second base. All tied up at 6. Big swing. Blake Fadol comes up empty. It's 1-2. Blake Evans awaits on deck. Carson Matthews in the hole. Vergara looks down the barrel to get a sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vergara gets the sign. Now decides to step off the rubber. Peabody on second, reached on a 2 RBI single, then stole a base. His third stolen base of the evening. Now represents the go-ahead run for Orange County. Blake Fadol trying to cash him in. Vergara trying to prevent it. Pitch is hit towards the left side. Hits the fair ball, says the home plate umpire on his way home. And the Riptide take a 7-6 lead in favor of an RBI double from Blake Fadol.
Now batting from Georgia Southern University, number 15, Blake Evans.
Blake Evans looking to extend the lead for Orange County. Seven to 6 ball game. Chopper towards the left side. It's a fair ball. Rounding the bag on his way home is Fadol. Blake Evans into second base standing. RBI double puts the Riptide ahead at 2. Not the best hit ball, a simple chopper towards the left side, but there was a gap. It was out of the reach of Ramon Gomez, and the Riptide are taking an 8-6 lead. No one in the bullpen for the Conejo Oaks.
Now batting from BYU, number 5, Carson Matthews.
Now Carson Matthews digs into the box for his 5th at-bat. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Has Blake Evans aboard at second base. The left-hander delivers a first pitch fastball on the outer half for a ball, 1-0. It's been a back-and-forth matchup, but here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Riptide put up a five spot, to claim their first lead of the ball game. Two balls and no strikes. The left-hander delivers. It's in the dirt. Castro keeps it in front of him. Blake Evans stays put at second base. Dylan Rock awaits on deck for the Riptide. As a matter of fact, Dylan Rock led off this half inning for Orange County in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Carson Carter now warming up in the bullpen for the Oaks. Pitch is inside for ball 4. So the Riptide have officially batted around the lineup. Dylan Rock being given his second at-bat of the inning.
UT San Antonio, number 22, Dylan Rock.
Dylan Rock looking to take the Riptide for a ride. Has the runners on first and second with 2 men down. 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors for Orange County. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Conejo Oaks. Lefty on righty matchup. The superfan says we want to rock. And yes, indeed, we do. Pitch on the outer half. It's taken for a strike, 0-1. Again, Carson Carter warming up in the bullpen for the Conejo Oaks. He is a right-handed pitcher. Vergara gets the sign. The left-hander delivers the 0-1. Stays up high for a ball. The count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. As of right now, John Vergara, the losing pitcher in the ball game. The winning pitcher is currently Noah Walker. 1 ball, 1 strike. The left-hander delivers. Ground ball towards the right side. Past the diving first baseman into right field. Rounding the bag on his way home and making it safely is Blake Evans. But now there's a second runner behind him in Carson Matthews, and he makes it in sliding. A 6-run, 7-run inning for the Riptide. 10-6.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Owie.
Wow, who would have thunk that?
The OC Riptide rip it right open in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
It helps when you have a couple UC Irvine batters telling every guy in this dugout how to hit against the UC Irvine pitcher. It's like having answers to the test.
Well, Ryan Farron says that perhaps what has happened here in the bottom half of the 7th inning is that you have a couple of players on the Anteater team in the Riptide dugout, and you have an Anteater on the mound. And as Ryan put it, you've got some players telling you how to hit against one of their own teammates on the mound. And perhaps that's the cause, but we'll go ahead and take it.
It's the same thing that happened with Andre Anton on that.
Pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Lefty on righty matchup. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back, out of play. Connor Aoki in the box for the Riptide. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. The third baseman, Ramon Gomez. Long throw in time to get the runner and finally put an end to the bleeding for the Oats. The Riptide put a 7th spot up on the board in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 10-6 as we head to the top of the 8th in favor of your Orange County Riptide. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Riptide, Cole Samuels, out of St. Louis University, also out of San Juan Capistrano and J. Serra High School. Big guy, 6'4", 170 pounds. Did not play in 2018 for St. Louis. They expect him to be a part of the roster, here in 2020. Ramon Gomez at the plate. Jalen Parks waits on deck. Gabe Baldovino in the hole. Ground ball towards the left side, out of play towards the Riptide dugout. Ten to 6 in favor of the Riptide here in the top of the 8th inning. Pitch is popped up, out of play, out of the stadium. 2-2 now the count. His senior year at J. Serra, the pitcher on the mound, Cole Samuels, had a 7-1 record with a 0.90 ERA. ERA below 1. Wow, that is incredible. Fly ball towards center field. Connor Obi is there. He camps underneath it. He can catch that ball with his eyes closed and one hand behind his back. One away.
Now batting number 23, Jalen Parks.
That gives an opportunity for Jalen Parks here in the top half of the 8th inning. Gabe Baldovino waits on deck. Justin Amons in the hole for the Oaks. A lot of hits in today's ballgame, a total of 23 through 7 complete innings played. 7 1/3 at this point, since there's one away here in the top of the 8th. The 0-1 is way outside towards the backstops, even up the count at 1-1. Once again, we thank you for joining us for today's broadcast of OC Riptide Baseball. This is the final game of the week for us here at home. We'll be right back here next Tuesday and Wednesday against the Foresters and the Saints. 6:30 p.m. start time. Tomorrow the Foresters, or not the Foresters, pardon me, but us, the Orange County Riptide, will be at Arroyo Seco at 6:05 p.m. Two balls and one strike. Pitch is fouled away. It's now 2-2. Also, do remember that most of the opposing teams do have their own broadcast. I know the Blues have it for sure. I know the Arroyo Seco Saints have it. The Barons, I think, do not have it. The Foresters have it. The Blues have it. The Oaks have it. 2-2. That looked like a strike from here, but not according to the home plate umpire. It's a ball, 3-2. For the most part, you can find the live broadcast on YouTube Live. But if you don't find it on there and it's game time, go ahead and just Google the team. And on their website, there should be information in regards to their live feed. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runs way inside for ball 4. We've just surpassed the 3-hour mark here at Irvine, California.
Now batting number 8, Gabe Baldovino.
But with the amount of action we've seen, a total of 16 runs and 23 hits, it's well justified to say the least. The right-hander delivers the pitch. It's on the outer half for a strike. It's 0-1. Gabe Baldovino at the plate. Grounded into a double play in the 3rd. Grounded out in the 5th. And grounded out in the 7th. He's 0 for 3. No balls and 1 strike. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Fouled back towards the netting. It's 0-2. 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Riptide. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. I feel like maybe that is the first game here at home that the Riptide do not have an error on the board. Apparently, I just jinxed it according to Don. He just shushed me. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. That'll bring up, out of Tennessee, Justin Emmons.
Now batting number 1, Justin Emmons.
Emmons grounded out towards first base in the first inning, doubled in the 4th, walked in the 6th, singled in the 7th. He's had a busy day at the plate. Swung on and missed. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Runs inside, swung on and missed once again. No balls and 2 strikes. Cole Samuels ahead in the count. Samuels with 1 strikeout this half inning for the Riptide, looking to make it 2 and looking to send us into the bottom half of the 8th inning with a 4-run lead still in the balance. The big right-hander gets the sign, delivers the 0-2. Nobler down the third base line. You better try and let that roll foul, because I'll tell you, with the speed of Justin Emmons, there is no business whatsoever throwing him out on a play like that. And no luck, let's say it's fair.
Now batting number 4, Raul Sandoval.
As Raul Sandoval now is given the opportunity with runners on first and second and 2 men down. Sandoval is 1 for 3 with a hit by a pitch and a single. He struck out his first time up. Righty on righty matchup. Pitch misses outside. Cole Samuels from St. Louis University in San Juan Capistrano, California. 6'4" right-hander out of J. Sarah High School. 1 ball and no strikes. Samuels delivers the pitch. High fastball. It's now 2-0. Connor Aoki heading out to the mound, having a chat with his pitcher. Then gives him a slap on his right arm. He says, let's get it done. 2 balls, no strikes. We do see a right-hander just gently throwing and getting loose in the bullpen for the Riptide. 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Misses in the dirt. That's Sean Higgins getting loose and warm for Orange County. There will now be a meeting on the mound between the pitching coach and his reliever. And while things unravel, we'll take a short break. 3 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. That one pounds the zone. It's 3-1. Raul Sandoval at the plate. Nico Lima on the on-deck circle. 10-6 ball game here in the top half of the 8th inning. Here comes the pitch. It's called a strike. Now it's 3-2. It's full. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So I'll tell you what, whatever kind of message was relayed to the pitcher on the mound from his pitching coach worked out very nicely. Cole Samuels was down in the count 3-0, then came back to strike out the hitter Raul Sandoval. To the bottom of the 8th, 10-6 Riptide. Connor Aoki steps into the box here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Conejo Oaks. This guy is actually typically their starter. His name is Carson Carter. Or, pardon me, he's typically their closer, not their starter. He's 6'4", 210 pounds out of Keller, Texas, and Keller High School. At Texas Tech in 2019, it looks like he did not participate in any baseball-related activities. There are no stats on him there. That's a broken bat pop up towards the right side. Lands in front of the first baseman, who flips on over to his pitcher, Carter, covering the bag one away. That'll bring up Caleb Denny to the plate. Caleb Denny pinch hit for Joshua Solomon.
Caleb Denny.
I believe that pinch hit was during the bottom half of the 7th inning, and yes, it was a strikeout. First pitch in there for a strike, it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, 1 man down. The right-hander delivers the pitch. It's now 1-1. Michael Peabody awaits on deck. Daniel Jung in the hole. We'll see who the Riptide go with during the top half of the ninth inning. Perhaps again Cole Samuels or maybe Sean Higgins, who's warming up in the bullpen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. High fastball above the chest. 2-1 now the count. Two balls and 1 strike. The right-hander delivers the pitch on the inner half at the belt for a strike. It's now 2-2. Caleb Denny, or I should say Caleb Denny, struck out during his first at-bat, and he'll strike out again here in the second.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 36, Michael Peabody.
Now Michael Peabody steps into the box. Sweet pea, sweet pea, sweet pea the chant. Swung on and missed, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. High fastball. It's now 1-1. Michael Peabody at the plate. He pinch ran for Antonio Cruz in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Has been in the ball game ever since. Chad Crosby on the on-deck circle for Daniel Jung. 1-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Well, perhaps that is why the gentleman on the mound is typically the Oaks closer. A nice 1-2-3 inning for Carson Carter. We'll head to the top half of the 9th. The Riptide looking to improve their record to 7-4 after the break. New pitcher on the mound for the Riptide. Out of Columbia University, Sean Higgins. Right-handed pitcher from Santa Ana, California. Attended Foothill High School. Prior to Columbia University, he attended Columbia College. In to face Nico Lima, Jacob Castro, and Tyler Odekirk. This half inning for the Oaks. 10-6 ball game, top of the ninth inning. The Riptide looking to improve to 7-4 in the CCL. Filed back towards the netting, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Conejo Oaks on the verge of falling to 3-7 and losing their 3rd game in a row. Currently, the Santa Barbara Foresters are enjoying a 4-game winning streak. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Higgins looks out in the barrel to get a sign. The 1-2 chopper towards the left side and out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to Nico Lima. He hit a 2-run home run during the top half of the 4th inning to give the Oaks a 2-0 lead then. I see strikeouts here in the top of the 9th. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki, as Jacob Castro steps into the plate.
Now batting number 24, Jacob Castro.
Jacob Castro is 2 for 4 with a pair of singles, a strikeout, and a groundout. Tyler Odekirk awaits on deck. The Oaks scored twice in the 4th inning, scored 3 times in the 6th, then once in the 7th. The Riptide, on the other hand, scored twice in the 5th, once in the 6th, and 7 times in the 7th inning. No balls and 2 strikes. Now the count to Jacob Castro. Once again, we'll be right back here next Tuesday. Same time, 6:30 p.m. against the Conejo Oaks. The 0-2. Miss is outside. And something interesting that Ryan told me is that at 10:30 p.m., whether the game was over or not, these lights are turning off. I just saw some lights shutting off beyond the outfield and the other fields.
Just makes us act a little faster after the game's over.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 man down. The 2-2 pitch on the outer corner misses the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You appreciate the home plate umpire calling it as it is on the last pitch. Full count pitch, ground ball towards the left side into left field for a 1-out single. Right-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide.
Now batting number 14.
Tyler Odekirk steps into the box. Struck out twice in the 2nd and 4th, then singled in the 6th and walked in the 7th. Still Ledford awaits on deck. Murray Krause warming up in the bullpen for the Riptide. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's now 0-1. One man down in the inning. Slider on the inner half. Runs too far in. That's Sean Higgins on the mound for the Riptide. Way inside. Brushes the hitter off the plate. 2-1 to Tyler Odekirk. 2-1, runs inside, hits off the glove of Connor Aoki. On his way towards second base safely is Jacob Castro. Three balls and one strike. One man out. 10-6 ball game. Top of the ninth inning. Ripped out towards left field. Heading back is Joshua Solomon. Crashing into the fence, looking up, and it's gone. Two-run home run off the bat of Tyler Odekirk. Cuts the deficit in half for the Conejo Oaks. Two-run ball game in favor of the Riptide as Steele Ledford digs into the box. We don't have time for extra innings. The lights shut off at 10:30 p.m. Let's see what's going to happen. Will Sean Higgins send us home? Pitch misses below the dirt. One ball and no strikes. All right, well, you hear the guy. Did you hear that superfan? He said, we don't got no home to go home to. Baseball is our home. Well, I'll tell you what, superfan, speak for yourself. I have to go to work after this broadcast. 2 balls and no strikes, one away. Steele Ledford at the plate. 2-1. Sean Higgins out of Santa Ana, California, looking to close the door on the Conejo Oaks and wrap up a 2-game sweep for the Riptide. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside for a ball, pardon me. 3-1 now the count. Higgins gets the sign, delivers the 3-1. Strike 2, count is full. Ramon Gomez awaits on deck for the Oaks. Higgins would love to avoid putting the tying run at the plate. Here's a full count pitch. Off the end of the bat, slapped foul towards the left side. It is 10:06. We've played 3 hours and 36 minutes of baseball. We may play some more, as that is a one-out single towards left center field. And it looks like that'll be off for Sean Higgins on the mound. Mary Corral should be newly inserted into the ball game. We'll take a short break. Pitch is on the inner half and high. 1 ball and no strikes. Merrick Krause into the ball game for the Riptide. He's out of Dana Point, California, Dana Hills High School. Previously attended USC. Now looking to shut the door on the Conejo Oaks and send us home safely. We mentioned that the lights would go off at 10:30. I think the sound as a whole goes off at 10 p.m. because our public address announcer was absolutely cut off here at Orange County Great Park Stadium. No sound coming from his mixer whatsoever.
Coming up on the scoreboard.
3 balls and no strikes to Seal Ledford. Ramon Gomez waits on deck.
Oh, this is not good.
Batting number 23.
How bad,
There's a
man?
pitcher. Jesus. Joseph. Number. Can you turn around? Number 11. Alexander Briggs.
Who's that?
Alexander Briggs, new hitter, a pinch hitter at the plate for Jalen Parks. Gabe Baldovino waits on deck. Tyrone on first base. Go ahead and run at the plate for the Oaks. Krause delivers. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1. Seal Ledford leads off a second. Ramon Gomez leads off a first. 10-8 ball game here in the top half of the 9th inning. The 0-1 pitch, slapped foul towards the right side and off the netting. No balls and 2 strikes. The Oaks have scored 2 runs this half inning. 2-run home run off the bat of Tyler Odekirk. No balls, 2 strikes. Krause delivers the 0-2 pitch. Inside and in the dirt. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, for all of you who have stayed up this late, especially if you're watching from somewhere outside of California, we appreciate you tuning in. I think this one now is officially the longest game we've had of the season. We have lights for 19 more minutes, and that's it. We've got to shut them down. We've got to turn them off now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Merrick Krause on the mound for the Riptide, looking to seal the deal and give us our 7th win of the season. The 1-2. Inside fastball. Stays high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And do keep in mind that if we're not able to close out the ball game today due to the lights, it will be rescheduled and finished on a later day, pardon me. Fouled ball towards the right side and out of play. Hit off the roof of the dugout, then back into the dugout of the Oaks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. 10-8 ball game in favor of the Riptide. Merrick Krause looking to shut the door on the Conejo Oaks. We started off the inning with Sean Higgins. He then gave up 2 runs on a home run. 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Come on. Gabe Baldovino.
Now batting number 8, Gabe Baldovino.
Here we go. Let's see what happens. Baldovino with an opportunity to wear the cape on his back. Tying run on first. He is the go-ahead run at the plate. Fastball on the inner half, called a strike. It's 0-1. It is 10-14. 16 minutes of lights. Baldovino's 0 for 4 today, pardon me, with the strikeout. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. The third baseman is there. Blake Evans steps on the bag, and the ball game is over. The Orange County Riptide win their second straight. They sweep the Conejo Oaks, improve their league record to 6-4. On the other hand, the Oaks fall to 3-7. We thank you so much for joining us for today's broadcast from Orange County Great Park Stadium, especially at this time of day. Forcers and the Arroyo Seco Saints. Jonathan Ortiz signing off.